Hi guys, I am starting a new channel. This is going to be called Unfiltered Finance, and I want to talk about something that's really important to me. I don't have everything figured out, and I honestly don't think most people do either. Let's see where to begin. And when I look at people online, and sometimes I feel like they have it all figured out. When you see people making six figures, I'm currently seeing people buying their first home. And when I see people talk about investing, they have hundreds of thousands of dollars invested, and how people have paid off their debt. And when I hear about stories, they've already made it. But people don't see everything, what's happening behind the scenes. What did they do when they got laid off? What did they do when an unexpected bill definitely will show up? Murphy's Law. How did they save their first $10,000? How did they figure out how much to invest? Balancing saving for a house and saving for retirement. And that's the part I want to show you, because that's the season of life I'm in. I'm still figuring it out, to be very honest with you. I don't have it all together. This is why it's called Unfiltered Finance. I'm going to be very raw. So hello everyone. Welcome to my first video of Unfiltered Finance. My name is Shalene. I graduated from UC Davis with a degree in computational cognitive science and economics. And like a lot of people, after I entered college, I graduated college and entered the corporate world. And now I'm like, now what? I've graduated. I got my first job. Now that I'm getting a paycheck, and all of a sudden, what am I supposed to do with all this much money? How much should I save? How much should I invest? What is this thing called 401k, Roth IRA, HSA? I bought a new car. Should I pay that off? Do I buy a house now? How much should I have in my emergency fund? And should I start saving for retirement, or do I want to just enjoy life right now? And honestly, all of those answers, I'm figuring it out. I've learned a lot along the way, but I still want to share my journey with you. One of the biggest things that changed the way I look at money was when I got laid off last year. Getting laid off was one of those experiences where you really sit down and look at finances differently. When you were getting a paycheck every 2 weeks, yeah, it's easy. You think, okay, I'm good. My bills are paid. I'm making money. Everything is fine. But suddenly, when that paycheck suddenly disappears, enjoy this video of me getting laid off, everything is different. And that's when I really started to think about an emergency fund when I got laid off. And I didn't have an emergency fund. I was in negative debt. You don't think, wow, look at all of this money I'm making, and I'm sitting here, and suddenly it disappears. When something happens and you realize how important that actually is. Getting laid off made me think, if I lost my income tomorrow, how long can I support myself? And I was in a vulnerable spot. When I buy a house, can I pay my mortgage payments? How long of a runway do I have? Now I'm living on my own. Can I afford groceries? What happens if my car breaks down and I have to get new tires? And suddenly I started looking at how to build wealth differently. It's about protecting yourself. And that's something I want to talk about in this channel, because I think there's a lot of pressure online to just invest everything. But before you worry about becoming a millionaire, I think you should look at your life, because life doesn't always go according to plan. And that's why I'm here. I'm trying to build a strong foundation. I am also trying to figure out what a good emergency fund looks like. Do I want 3 months, 6 months, a year's worth of emergency fund? But at the same time, I'm also 31, so I'm trying to buy a house. I don't want any consumer debt, so I'm also trying to pay off my car. And I'm just figuring it out while I'm investing and trying to live my real life. And this is a real challenge for people. When I first got my first corporate job, nobody really sat down with me and explained how to build financial. It's like how to have a financial freedom. When you get a paycheck, what benefits should you enroll in? Nobody tells you about a 401k. Do you want to do a Roth 401k or a traditional 401k? What's I hate you say? Like, these were words just like goes from one ear out the other, and it was just like lost. And then when you go home and you Google everything, that's what I did. Thank God. Like, how much percentage of my paycheck should I just invest? And I spent a lot of time learning investment, retirement account, what are index fund, how to actually make money work for you. And I realized something. Making money is only a part of the equation. You have to know what to do with it, because you can make money, really good salary, and still be terrible with money, and can have an average salary and be incredibly intentional of what to do with it. So I think this goal my goal is to just find a balance. I want to invest. I'm gonna build wealth. I'm gonna go enjoy my life. I'm so excited. I'm gonna be going to Maui in September. And I don't want to look back and realize I spent my entire life waiting for a future, someone's version of a future, and I'm finally happy. So I'm trying to figure out how to do both. I am going to take you along this amazing journey. Please guys, if you guys can hit subscribe, would mean the world to me. Right now I have some pretty big financial goals. Again, I'm 31 years old. I'm trying to buy a house and I don't know how to come up with a down payment. And looking at the housing market, looking at interest rates. Do I have a first-time home buyer loan, or do I just put 20% down? While if I don't invest in retirement, I feel like I'm getting behind. Do I pay off my car faster? Or anyways, every month I'm gonna keep you updated. And these are decisions I'm trying to figure out in real time. Whew, that's a lot. And I'm gonna sit here and tell you, this is exactly what everybody should do. I don't think everybody realizes the magnitude of time. Your financial situation could be different from mine. Your income definitely is different from mine. Your expenses could be different from mine. Your goals are different. But what I think that we all have in common is seeing somebody else go through this process and succeeding and figuring out the mistakes we could do together and learn from it. You can see what works, you can see what doesn't, and hopefully we can learn from each other. The reason this channel exists is why I'm starting Unfiltered Finance. Because it's like life has a gap in this financial content, and everybody just seems to have it together, and I'm in the middle. I want to see the journey. I want to see someone where they were just getting started. I want to see somebody be investing and hitting their first $100,000 and what that looked like. I don't want to figure out when you next person get laid off, it happens, but not have an emergency fund. How they actually save for a house, what that process looked like. And people will make mistakes, but I think the part that most people can actually relate to is that I'm going to do it with you along the way. I'm going to take you along this journey. I am going to talk about my finances. I'm going to talk about what I'm investing in. And again, I'm not a financial advisor, so this is what works for me. And I'm going to talk about my goals and my mistakes. And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know what I'm doing. Sometimes I'm not going to pretend. I don't have all the answers. I am trying to make good decisions and what I learned from. And one thing I really want to commit to in this channel is doing a monthly financial update. Every month, I am going to come back and tell you where I'm at, what I have saved, what I've invested in, how much I've paid down on my car, how much I've saved for a house. To be honest, it's 0 right now. Emergency fund, did I hit my goal of getting to 6 months? Things are gonna happen, what mistakes I made this month. And I wanna show you the real numbers and real progress of a person. I am making 6 figures, which I'm grateful for, but because suddenly it was taken away from me, it gives me, I'm scared. I'm not gonna lie. So I wanna be financially successful. I'm gonna make 50 videos and see how life progresses. And hopefully you're watching it with me and figuring out your own goals that you're working towards. I actually wanna make this place a place where people can come with no judgment. If you're just starting from 0, you're welcome here. If you currently have debt, please, I do too. If you're already have $100,000 invested, or you're making 40,000 to 400,000, please guys, please hit the like and subscribe button. This is my first video, and your support would mean the world to me. I don't care where you are in the world, because this is about people figuring it out and making it a community and finding a common goal and working towards it. And also, if you can go down and tell me what your goals are, and what we can accomplish together, because I want to teach us to be each other's accountability buddy. And watching a financial journey and like putting yourself out there is not easy. And if you are trying to save for something currently, please leave a comment of what's your goals right now. And if you mess up, that's okay, because tomorrow you get to wake up and start again. And that's the whole point of this unfiltered finance. My goal isn't to just become rich so I can say I'm rich. My goal is to just talk about money and make it simple. It's about having options when you have money. When an emergency, Murphy's Law will show up. And when you have an emergency, you don't have to panic. It's not about it's more about taking care of the people you love. Eventually, you'll be able to make decisions based on what you want, not what you can afford. And I think financial freedom looks different for everybody. And for some people, it's about retiring early. For some people, it's about buying a house. And for someone else, it's about getting out of debt. And it's simply having enough money in the bank where you don't have to stress about the next paycheck. So, welcome to my channel. And I think we all deserve an opportunity to build a life we actually want. Not just working towards a goal, but having a better life. So, this is where I'm starting. I'm building my career. I'm building my finance. I am building my emergency fund. I am saving for a house. And I'm working on paying off my car. I am investing for the future, Shalene, and I'm so happy. And I'm trying to figure out how to do it while enjoying life. I don't know exactly where this journey is going to take us. I do want to document it. I don't want you to just see where I ended up and it's like, wow, how did she get there? I want you to see how I got there. The good months, because there's going to be some months that are going to be good. The bad months, mistake happens. The wins and everything in between. And maybe from a year from now, we will look back at the first video and I'm actually going to say, wow, look how far I've come. So if you're trying to figure out your finances, I would want you to hit the subscribe button. Not because I have everything figured out, but because we are figuring it out together. And if you want to leave a comment telling me one of your financial goals and what you're working towards right now, I would be so happy to just read them. I want to see you succeed. I want to see where you're trying to go. And this is just the beginning. This is my journey. You start yours and I start mine, and let's see what happens. Welcome to Unfiltered Finance, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.